Hey there my peeps, this is the prediction game video for the Falls Count Anywhere Fatal 4-Way Bound for Glory series match. You're going to see this Sunday at TNA's Hardcore Justice event. It's going to be Rob Van Dam versus the Pope, D'Angelo De Niro versus Magnus versus Mr. Anderson in a Fatal 4-Way, and the winner gets 20 points just like the other Bound for Glory series matches at the Hardcore Justice event. So this is another match I'm looking forward to. Maybe not as much as the tables match, Fatal 4-Way tables match, or the Fatal 4-Way ladders match, but this should be good nonetheless. And you know, you've got Rob Van Dam in a Falls Count Anywhere match here, so anything goes. Rob Van Dam can use steel chairs, weapons. He could get a pinfall outside, hit a frog splash outside. Well, actually, you know, that applies to anybody, but, you know, Rob Van Dam, you know, specializes in these types of matches. So, just like all the other prediction game videos for the Bound for Glory series matches, I'll, you know, talk about every single guy in this match, go over why I think they could win or maybe won't win. So let's start off with Magnus. Yeah, Magnus. Well, Magnus, you know, lately they've actually, you know, been, I'd say, pushing him. Not this big, huge, quick push out of nowhere, but he's been having this slow, steady push. They're slowly giving him, you know, some good victories. You know, he beat AJ Styles in a Bound for Glory series match not too long ago on Impact, so that's a big win right there. And, you know, he's been doing fairly well. He's not at the top, you know, of the leaderboards, but he's doing pretty okay for a mid-carder, and actually he's doing better than AJ Styles at the moment. Now, that could change after Hardcore Justice, but at the moment, Magnus has 21 points, while AJ Styles has 16 points, and then you've got the Pope and Robbie, you know, at the end of the leaderboard. So he's above those guys. And if he picks up, you know, 20 more points, then that would put him at 41, which is pretty high up there. That's above Mr. Anderson, assuming Mr. Anderson does not win this match. Well, you know, if Magnus wins this match, then Mr. Anderson cannot win this match because they're in the same match. So, but, you know, as far as Magnus winning this, you know, I see a lot of potential at Magnus. I could see him as a main event guy, maybe capturing the world title at some point, but right now I don't see it. I don't see Magnus winning the Bound for Glory series, and I also don't see him picking up the 20 points here. You know, these 20 points could be used for somebody else, somebody that needs it, and somebody that they plan to have in the Final Four of the Bound for Glory series or close to that Final Four. And like I said, I don't see Magnus winning the Bound for Glory series, and I don't see him, you know, ending up in that top 4 at No Surrender. So, Magnus, no, I'm not going with Magnus. I don't think he's going to win this. So, yeah, I guess you could say I'm eliminating Magnus out of the possibilities in this match, out of the possible winners. And then you've got the Pope. The Pope is not the last guy at the leaderboards, he's just above Robbie, so he's at the bottom there. You know, he's got only one victory in the Bound for Glory series by pinfall, so he's doing a bit better than Robbie, but pretty bad, you know, just one victory. Which, you know, I'm disappointed in, you know, I'm disappointed that the Pope only has one victory in the Bound for Glory series. Not only that, but I'm disappointed that the Pope is not a world champion by now, and, you know, he's been losing a lot of matches. The guy hasn't been the same. You know, I remember when he was main eventing with AJ Styles, that was awesome. Back then, you know, the crowd was really behind the Pope when he was main eventing against AJ Styles. I remember Lockdown, it was AJ Styles versus the Pope for the TNA World Championship, and I thought the Pope had a legit chance at winning the championship back then, but, you know, he didn't win the match. He lost the match. AJ won, not clean though, but he won, so the Pope lost. And since then, it's been pretty downhill for the Pope, especially after losing to Devon in that match where Devon's sons turned on him or something like that. Since then, he's really, been on the losing end. And in the Bound for Glory series, like I said, he's only won one match, so that's pretty bad. So looks like things aren't looking up, at least for now, for the Pope. Hopefully things pick up maybe after Bound for Glory, or at Bound for Glory. I don't know what the Pope's gonna do then. But anyways, is the Pope gonna win this match? Does he have a chance at winning this? Well, you could say they all have a chance, but when you really think about it, the guy's only got 7 points. So what's that 20 points gonna do for the Pope? Nothing really. It's gonna give him, he's gonna end up with 27 points. That's still pretty low. That's still down there. So even with those points, it'd still be at the bottom of the leaderboards, with a, very unlikely chance of ending up in the top 4, especially because he also hasn't been featured that much on TV. He hasn't had as many Bound for Glory series matches on Impact as, some of the other guys in the Bound for Glory series. So there's not too much focus on the Pope, which is another reason why I don't think he's going to win this, and why he's not going to win the Bound for Glory series in my opinion. So the Pope is another guy which I don't think is going to win this match. So that leaves us with only 2 guys here, Rob Van Dam and Mr. Anderson, who I both think have a good chance at winning this match. Either of these 2 guys could win the match. Mr. Anderson has a little more points than Rob Van Dam. He's got 40 points, while Rob Van Dam has 35 points, which is tied with Jeff Hardy. So, Mr. Anderson, top guy, main eventer. Rob Van Dam, same thing, top guy, main eventer. So both could use the 20 points. Both I could definitely see getting these 20 points so they could be at the top of the leaderboards. But I don't know, just from watching Impact recently, seems like Mr. Anderson isn't featured as much. Well, actually he is featured. He is on Impact almost every single week. So is Rob Van Dam. So yeah, it's hard to predict, for this one. I'd say, Mr. Anderson and Rob Van Dam are pretty equal right now in terms of, I guess, how the company feels about them. At least that's what it looks like. So I'm not too sure, I'm going with Rob Van Dam, but Mr. Anderson could win this. But the main reason why I'm going with Rob Van Dam, and this might sound silly, it's just because Jeff Hardy has 35 points as well as Rob Van Dam. They both have 35, so they're both equal right now. And I'm thinking that after Hardcore Justice, they're both going to have 55 points each. Both, winning their respective Bound for Glory series match for 20 points. That's seriously the only reason why I'm going with Rob Van Dam over Mr. Anderson in this one. Just because I think they're going to have Rob Van Dam and Jeff Hardy, on an equal playing field, and both guys having the same points before and after Hardcore Justice. So, it might seem like a silly reason, but whatever. I'm going to go with Rob Van Dam. My pick still stands. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, you can click that like button. With that said, I'm out. See ya.